Okay, we got Indy Arsenal versus West Coast Best Coast. We got Nathan Fortin here on the left-hand side representing West Coast Best Coast, and our own Michael Hamilton on the right for the Indy Arsenal. This is the second game of the series right now. The West Coast Best Coast is leading 1-0. Here is another
Got
game
my audio working
this
again.
evening.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. My name's Tyler. This is Jake. And we are going to be streaming for you today. This match between Lexi Livewire and Prism.
Ooh, I'm excited for this.
Sculptor of Arc.
This is cool because Michael, since playing Lexi in the league, he faced Starvo last week and now Prism, so getting some unique matchups, which is nice. Well, unique for him with Lexi.
Yeah. It's good to see a benchmark, too, of already established heroes in the meta compared to something that is relatively underdog, dark horse-ish in the Lexi.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you can have good game against the already established decks, then it's awesome.
I wonder if I know, as playing Chain into Prism, Prism can kind of pivot and just start trying to fatigue. Is that something other aggro heroes have to deal with against Prism?
I've been playing Viserai into Prism, and it doesn't seem to be and it's an aggressive Viserai, and I don't think that they're really going into fatigue as much. It's definitely trying to maximize the values of the blocks that they get, and the occasional Spectral Shield here and there to really pad out their life total, just so they can come in and finish off with the really strong attacks, or the back-breaking auras that are like the Odes to Wrath, or Streamers of Silver can be up there sometimes, but yeah, it doesn't feel like a fatigue. It doesn't feel like, they're trying to build a wall. As much as it is that they are just trying to outvalue you. It doesn't normally go well for Prism, because it's really hard to try to stop all of the bleeding when Runeblade gets going. But that might be a valid strategy against Alexi. Just, they have to use cards for every attack. There's no free lunch as it is, and it's even then a lot of the attacks that they're going to come in with, they're playing other cards like Rain Razors, or they're playing Lightning Presses, Art of War, and all those things. So we're talking about spending 2 or 3 cards for an attack that, if you can block it with just a Soul Shield, right, that's a pretty favorable trade.
That makes sense.
So we'll see. Right now, I am not entirely sure who won the die roll. I think, because we were getting the stream all set up. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out who goes first pretty quickly. I imagine that both players want to go first here. I don't think that anybody really wants to give up that 5-card hand, and I don't think Prism. It's tough because there's the threat of the double activation, or even not. You don't want to double activate on the Voltaire most of the time, but just a single activation on the first turn of, say, the Prism here, that they can get an arrow and have some play even going into the next. Okay, but we're just starting Prism first.
Yep, coming in with a Herald.
Fortin Herald.
A blue Ward. So just swings for 5.
Yeah. It is unlikely that we will see Heralds get blown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one activation of the Voltaire and doing exactly that. So this way, Hamilton's
And
going to
his
draw.
opponent only had one card in hand at the end of the turn when he did that. Something I've tried to do is punish Lexis who, when I've still got three cards in hand, try to do that because then I can, if I draw the right stuff, I can start pushing damage on them and kind of make them pay for trying to activate at the end of my turn after I get priority back. But definitely a safe spot there to just drop that arrow in.
Yeah, it should be great because it's yeah, there's just not a lot of left that's available, and it doesn't feels just like using all of your resources. Okay, so we're starting off the turn with a Rain Razors. If he's playing this from
Seems good.
hand right now, I think he's gonna play Three of a Kind.
Hmm.
Because it's like, why would you play this now otherwise? But now he can, so he's Rain Razors from his hand. He can play Three of a Kind, and then he has access to all the arrows that he's gonna draw.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little bit of a better angle here.
So Michael in the tank early here.
Yep. Trying to decide what comes next. But yeah, played Rain Razors. The opponent has not immediately come in with an Arclight Sentinel, but okay, blink for an action point.
That'll take care of that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, every card
Yeah,
from
I
hand.
can see.
So we got the Three of a Kind is a really good play to have with the Rain Razors, making sure you get this out of your hand first because if it feels really dumb when you start to pick up this deck and you play Three of a Kind and you just have the Rain Razors stuck in your hand.
Yeah.
But we got two action points from the blink and no activations of Voltaire so far this turn. Rain Razors is active. Let's see where it goes. I mean, still a lot of play on the Prism side of things. Starting with an Endless Arrow, this will be for 6.
Eats up one action point.
Really incentivized to block with 2 cards from hand to prevent, or a Soul Shield,
Yep.
Talk about just all-star defense react here.
Mm-hmm.
So the best rate is just a 2 for 6, and that goes into the Soul for the advantage of being able to make a Spectral Shield. Because I'm pretty sure now it goes into Soul after this Link is done doing its thing, so he can just immediately spend that and another resource to make a Spectral Shield. Oh, we do see the
Yeah.
Battering Bolt, the one arrow that can blow up a Herald. We have loaded Searing Shot, and it's probably for Go again. No, actually, looking at the resource situation here, it's +1, I imagine.
Yep.
We got no other resources. Yeah, so it would. So +1, assuming we're at 7, and if it deals damage, deal another damage. And then, I think a good place to be if Hamilton's drawn a lightning card, arsenaling that just face down to flip for next turn. Have Go again and give +1 on some stuff. Just all of the elemental cards. Give and Go again to arrows that are sort of stuck. Can be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so we're blocking 2, taking 6. Yeah, so it was for +1. Because it'll be taking 5, then an additional 1 from the effect. Arsenaling 1, ending the turn. It's crazy, because Prism can still attack for so much with just 2 cards.
Yep. But just gets the classic CNC here. Just
Yeah.
the anti-Lexi attack.
Yeah, but it's not that bad to maybe even consider just taking 6, turn off the skull cap, give up the lightning card, and then still have a relatively decent turn where you can fire 2 arrows and then arsenal the 4th card.
Mm-hmm.
We're at no risk of making a spectral shield. So, yeah.
Does opt to block out.
Okay, so let's see what this arsenal card was. Yeah, it's just a lightning card. It gives the next thing go again, but electrify does draw, so sort of cycling.
That's nice.
So probably 1 arrow good enough to really keep here. And it's most likely just trying to set up this Rain Razors for a turn later in the game where it can be more effective than a single arrow turn.
Mm-hmm.
Or if that's all you're really planning on doing. So Dazzling Gleam for +1, given go again just off of the flip for Electrify.
I think Dazzling Gleam is a Pokemon move.
I think so too. It's a
Dazzling
fairy type
person.
move, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so giving it go again with the Lexi ability.
Yeah, so Dazzling Crescendo. Yes.
So threatening 6 damage here.
I'm kind of fascinated by all of the lightning effects that deal extra damage on hit. Yep,
Yeah,
we're
you
looking at-
definitely put some of those cards to work in your Briar lists, that's for sure.
Yeah, so you just like block the 5 here. But it's, thinking about even the other colors of Electrify, where you can threaten an additional 3 damage. Or prevent, as the defending player, prevent 3 damage without having to commit all of the block. So just by blocking 5, you block 8. It's really cool. It feels like a good
Michael
way
quickly takes the 7 damage there, and then we
Yeah.
see a Shimmers drop.
Yeah,
So those are 2 great auras to have out.
really powerful ones. I mean, to me, it seems the course of action is to blow up the Shimmers immediately. Or he could just ignore both, because, I mean, this is
Yeah.
3 damage, plus probably making a Spectral Shield in the next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming a lot of things.
Michael looking at a 6-card hand here. Can only play cards from Arsenal, though. Ooh, light it up. That's great.
Yep, used Lexi's ability, so that way New Horizon requires you to have a face-up card in your arsenal zone to have access to that second one. So it looks like Light It Up isn't going to be the first arrow fired. So we're using a resource snapshot. Extra activation.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Hopefully he's got a full quiver of arrows over here to take full advantage of that extra activation.
Yeah, we fused off of a red Lightning Surge. That's this card in his hand here. Although I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, he might just have, he could be shorthanding the attack. Give this go again with the effect of Voltaire. And then he's probably coming in for 4. Yeah, he is. He didn't move the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Or there could be a bug. Yeah, it looks like there's a visual bug going on with TTS. So we have a second Light It Up from hand.
Yep.
Fusing with the same red Lightning Surge we saw from before. Up there's this Phantom Snapshot. Or maybe he's put it on the combat chain now. So Light It Up, also a really cool card. just to have the on hit of deal 4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
And it's
demanding
got to be pretty terrible to be staring down both of those because,
the next one's coming in almost
yeah,
for sure.
I'm definitely going to get some equipment here.
We got the block for 4, the skull cap having 2 defense, difference of life of 30 to 32. And the final lighted up, fusing once again with the red lightning surge. And this doesn't have go again, since it was flipped from the beginning of the turn. So this is likely the last arrow that we'll see, or the last effect that we'll see. So, yeah, I think that Hamilton has elected to just ignore the shimmers of silver and the haze bending.
Yeah. Makes sense when you can threaten so much damage, like, and when you have these on hit effects that you definitely don't want to waste on popping an aura.
And it's just a terrible proposition to use, like, a full card to blow up an aura. It never feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, having the weapons to be able to blow up auras is fine, but
Right, at the end of your chain, you just kind of like, okay, last action point, just swing this.
swing the
Rosetta.
stick at it.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, for Lexi, I have to pay 2 resources, take this card from my hand, activate a weapon to put it into my arsenal, and then fire it for it to do nothing. It's a lot more taxing for a ranger than any other class.
Mm-hmm.
Just not having the generic attack available.
After pretty long deliberation, decides to throw the gloves.
Yep, using...
And that blue aura blocks 3, correct?
Yeah, it blocks for 2.
Blocks
We're 2 plus 2, so it was a 4 block on 4.
Cleared out some equipment, which is nice.
Yeah. Present player here. 2 Miraging Metamorphs. I think that's the 3rd one this game so far, or is that the 2nd one?
I know for sure the 2nd, maybe the 3rd if I missed something.
No, I believe it is just the 2nd one. This card may as well be just unblockable. For as many times as I see it get played and just it's like, yep, you get 7. That's free.
Is it called Magic Trample or whatever?
Oh, there's actually just straight up unblockable.
Okay, yeah. Okay, getting the go again from the lightning surge we saw last turn.
Yep. Command and Conquer. 6 damage.
Nice.
Yeah, so terrible proposition to block with Command and Conquer on the Miraging Metamorph. Yeah.
Even though you can preserve that 7 life, you don't want to give them another Shimmers or a Haze Bending for that matter.
Yeah, it just seems like a nightmare.
I do wonder if we'll see an aura get cleared this turn. Do you which one would you prioritize out of these 2?
Out of the 2, I would prioritize the Shimmers.
Yeah. I think I'd maybe lean towards the Haze Bending just because you kill that first, it's
Okay,
I
so
guess
we're
it ends up
loading
being
a
about
bone
the
shot.
same damage, but
5 with go again, unless Parable of Humility happens, which is humiliating.
literally humiliating.
Yeah. But just like, okay, so talking about which order to get these at. If you blow
Mm-hmm.
up the haze bending first, they get a spectral shield to replace
Mm-hmm.
functionally the haze bending on offense, and they still have the shimmers. So
So they
they'll be
could
coming in
just
for 4 the
spread
next
the
turn.
token. Yeah, they could spread that token over. That makes sense.
Not only that, but you can protect the spectral shield with
Right.
counters on it. So yeah, it's you go from presenting 4 on the next turn, regardless,
Mm-hmm.
like if you blow up or don't blow up. So yeah, we're going after the shimmers.
Yep. Michael agrees with you. All right. Fortunately, wasn't really able to strip any cards from Prism here, but we didn't see any end of turn Genesis, so that's nice.
Yeah, I mean it's probably better to just take the beats of like 10 damage we saw last turn, or I guess it would have been 11. Yeah, it was 11 damage with the +1 on the Bolton shot. So yeah, just 6 plus 5, and then move on because it's like 19 is still a good place to be,
Mm-hmm.
especially when like all of the turns that you can put together with more cards in your hand, because it's like you need at least 2 cards to be able to pull off the auras, the yellow auras.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see what's worth not blocking at all here. So coming in with a standard combat trick, attacking with the haze bending, and then, yep, pitching a yellow to give it go again. Hamilton taking the 1, taking the 2, and the 3. Command and conquer. His hand is not here, but I assume there's 4 cards.
Yes, in Michael's, I do see 4 there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a I guess some kind of technical glitch going on. My client's been kind of buggy. It figured.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm the one broadcasting, so I'm the one just sees all of the glitches.
Of course. Couldn't be me
Nah.
who's not broadcasting. This is the second CNC, I believe, from Prism.
Yeah, that sounds right. Because the first one came in off of the turn where he had protected the Electrifying Arsenal. And he had pitched away, I think, a Rain Razors to play that Electrify and then come in with something else. So kind of setting up the future turns of this game.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay.
Taking it.
Yep. Not sure what we're looking at here. Okay, just letting go of Lightning Surge. Still 4 cards in our 4 cards in hand, I assume.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, they're here now. Snapshot. Arsenaled for go again. Oh no, +1. Okay. No. It is go again.
Yeah.
This
I think
just
go
gets
again. Mhm.
an extra activation off of the fuse. So
Right.
Hamilton is looking to activate Voltaire at least 2 more times. Otherwise, why would he fuse? So this has got to be a 3 of a kind turn or Art of War turn, right?
Well,
No, it
if
can't be
it's
Art of
the
War.
Art of War, yeah, I won't get the card draw.
So I'm curious. I'm curious why we're fusing here. So yeah, in my mind, the only thing it could be would be a 3 of a kind.
But I don't think we've hit that third one because he pitched one to play one very early. So
And you're right, he did play like the second one not too long ago.
So we've seen all three, and one of them is should be pretty deep in his deck still. He's at 37 cards, so
Yeah. Because, like, I guess draw 6 on top of draw 4 every turn. We're, like, about turn 7. It's like 28, 34 cards total. It's unlikely that we're all the way back around.
mm-hmm.
Still deliberating on what's going on. Okay, is not blocking. Is blowing up 2 shields. Ah, it's the Endless
Okay,
Arrow. That makes
that's
sense.
that card will get you there.
Yes. So Endless Arrow for unsure if go again or +1. I think Hamilton really wanted to draw out some cards with this snapshot, and if he did, he could confidently come in with the go again Endless Arrow. But in this position, he might just be looking to catch his opponent on some blue auras or poor defense, and then just make the Prism's turn a lot worse, threatening, 5 damage plus arsenaling the Endless Arrow, and then get the free arsenal on your Electrify, so you can give the Endless Arrow a go again next turn and draw an extra card. So yeah, let's see what happens here. Just off of that, little little 3-act play we just laid out, I doubt that he can really afford to let this Endless Arrow go through. It probably demands a kind of block.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like he can block pretty effectively. Oh, he doesn't have any cards in his soul. So he can't, pitch a blue to... Okay, we're just soul shielding. Because I was going to say pitch a blue to block with a Phantasmal and make a soul shield, and then just block with basically anything else. But not just using the full soul shield.
Wonder if we're gonna see that third Command and Conquer here.
Yeah.
Would be very unlucky.
Combat trick. Attack for 1. Ode to Wrath. So 2 damage coming in.
Yeah, that's a good combat trick, as you like to say.
Definitely worth considering blocking with a card here. But just going to take the extra 2. Get another Spectral Shield with the resource from Tunic and the leftover. So yeah, a 6 damage with 6 damage remaining on board.
Thinking we're gonna see an Art of War turn here.
Yeah, I think that's what we might just need to get his swing back.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he's played an Art of War. I saw him pitch one.
He did not flip the Electrify. I think he might have meant to. Because, why wouldn't he? And maybe they assumed that he did. It's flip and play it.
He could have maybe declared it or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so this comes in for 5. Go again on hit. Deal 1 damage. Deal 1 extra damage.
Yeah. So, the go again, pretty relevant here, except for the specific case of Parable of Humility.
And if he has an Art of War, it'd be a great opportunity to just pump this whenever he blocks 5.
Yeah, so then
Deal
you're
the extra 2 damage.
double protected. You got some good plays here. All right. In the tank. What happens after this Bolton shot?
I'd love to see that Art of War pump. That'd be so nice. Art of War and play like a snapshot and then like 2 more arrows or something.
Yeah. We are blocking for
We get it.
5. This could be it. Oh, but this would be a full 6 though, because it's
With the shield.
with the
Yeah.
shield. Lightning
Oh,
press.
but that'll get you there.
That'll get you there.
Oh, coming over the top for 2 plus the on hit, 1 extra.
So it was 5, and then the 2 because the essential prevent 1 gain 1, and I think he just used reload here, and that might be the case why he didn't flip because now he just flipped.
Yeah, that's a great.
Ah,
Point. Big brain plays.
big brain plays. So knowing that he had the second electrify to reload and the lightning press making sure that it's going to get through, that's awesome value.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's got an extra +2 damage just waiting on whatever he can muster. Hopefully it's something threatening, because we still have the tunic counter, so it can still hold on to a card even after playing an arrow. But now we're going to use the bullseye's bracers to load an arrow face up +1, then use the resource.
Nice.
We have 6 with go again from
Maybe
the
not the
electrify
most
effect.
relevant card effect on the fatigue shot against Prism.
No, that's actually great. It's amazing against Prism because the first attack action card, they're playing all of the heralds and stuff.
It is attack action card. It's not just attack.
No, it's not
I
attack.
assume you could just throw your.
Yeah, you
throw
can't
your
just like
aura.
come in with an aura for nothing.
No, that's great.
Hamilton is out of resources though, so there is no way for him to come back with anything more than just the fatigue shot. He takes the 6.
This is a close game.
Well, it should have been 8. I guess he took 8. So you have 14.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is coming in for
4,
3
I
or
believe.
4. Rounded up. Attack with base 5 becomes 3. So yeah, rounded up to 4.
Yep, 4 with go again. There is lethal on board, but not with tunic. So he can just take this and block with the tunic and live, but then die to merciful retribution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't seen any of those, I don't think.
Yeah, because it's 4, and then one of these is going to deal 2 damage, and then you block the other one to prevent 2.
That'd
so
be a great time for Michael to have a CNC to just pop this thing.
that would be great.
Or his third battering bull. I think we saw him block with 1 pitch 1.
I remember the one that got pitched. I don't remember seeing him block with a battering bolt, but I believe you. A lot of plays. A lot of available options with 5 cards in hand. Your opponent has no resources. They're just drawing naked into their next 4 card hand. Nothing prepared for them. So, yeah, if the Herald doesn't hit, then Michael doesn't have to worry anything about a merciless retribution, because there's no chance of a spectral shield being made, and I don't think that Michael is going to be blowing up any more auras that aren't spectral shields.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Michael Hamilton playing 4D chess, figuring out all of the continuations and possibilities of the universe.
Yep.
Seen him go into the tank like this many times and then come out on the path to victory.
This does feel like a very scary situation though. With that Ode to Wrath doing so much work right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so avoiding the card and soul. That seems like a really good play.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no free go again for the auras.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no damage prevention from just paying 2 resources. It's because Spectral Shield can really make a difference on the 4 attacks. Block with 3, pitch my yellow aura to make a Spectral Shield, so basically give it an extra defense. Is not playing the Rain Razors. Is not playing the Rain Razors.
The Rain Razors is currently in limbo. There we
Art
go.
of War. Modes chosen. Most likely banish.
This is like Heart of the Cards mode right here.
Yeah, this is...
Got to see some good stuff.
So I'm thinking that this was his only non-arrow in hand. So he had no other option, really.
Mm-hmm.
The extra mode unknown. Oh, we're at +1. And this is for go again. So we're at 5 go again. If it hits and he has no cards in arsenal, he can put a card from his hand face down.
And
so this is reload, right?
One lightning bolt. What'd you say?
Isn't this effect reload?
What effect is reload?
Oh, the effect on Pathing Helix.
This is the one, yeah, the one that is basically reload, but doesn't say reload.
Yeah, it is verbatim what reload is.
We've only seen one lightning press, I think, and I feel like we've seen at least 2 Rain Razors.
This is the 3rd Rain Razors. He played one and he's pitched 2 of them.
Mm-hmm. But gotta be real careful here. As Prism.
Oh, hey, thank you. Shout out to considerate players marking how much damage something's coming in for.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, doing this on the coverage for Indianapolis. It was so good. Like they had the little plaques for go again or the different options they get chosen on Enlightened Strike and stuff.
Cute. I like the go again representation.
Especially on these modal cards where it can be one of 2 effects. Most of the time it's easy to understand what it is. But it's it's very helpful. Yeah, so Hamilton's likely got another lethal threat in hand. Because we're looking at 6 damage. Oh, wait, so this is actually 6. This is for +1.
Right.
Okay.
That's
okay.
There's no...
Yeah.
But he's got Snapdragons, so he'll just pop those and keep trucking.
So he can... Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because then he's looking at a total of +4 from his relevant effects, the bow and the Art of War, versus a +3. Yeah, so using the Snapdragons effectively to push 1 extra damage, which in this part of the game, I mean, that's exactly what they're made to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, I think that Hamilton is going to use his whole hand here, which means that he's going to be able to block with a New Horizon on the next turn. because I don't think he needs 2 arsenal slots anymore. I think we're past that point of the game.
Trying to think, could he have another endless in hand? Or like, what are some of the arrows that cost 0? Oh, there's really no way around that. He's gonna have to. I mean, he can load for free if this does damage. Man, there's so many things that the Prism player has to think about here.
Yeah, there's a lot of threats. There is a lot of very relevant effects here, and I don't think any of them are particularly good on the
I don't
defending
think
side.
it's gonna be hard to cover all of your bases without just stripping lots of cards from your hand.
And I imagine just there's opportunity costs and opportunity costs. So like worst case scenarios, he has something like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, he
Like an
doesn't
endless
have.
arrow and a
Go
lightning
ahead.
press would be amazing, right? Like
Yeah,
he takes damage off this, puts an endless arrow down there, shoots it, and then lightning presses it or something like that. There's just threats like that that he could present.
yeah.
To where
Well, if he
you
has,
really want to block this thing.
because like yeah, if he has a lightning press, then he can make sure that this pathing helix deals damage,
Mm-hmm.
and then he gets to reload the endless arrow and come in for the other one.
Scary stuff.
And
Well, he might also just have a brick here, and it's just it's just opponents just in so much torment over like what to do, and then he just arsenals passes or something. That would be hopefully not the case, but you never know in this game.
yeah. So available defense, we have one like so on board. We got one from the tunic, and we got one from the footsteps. I don't see any more triggered activations from the footsteps in this game either. So
You definitely don't want to put the boots in front of this, though, right?
well, that's the thing. It's I think that right now it might just be what you have to do in order to get like a yellow aura out of your hand because it doesn't block for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Not having any cards in your soul is really really painful because you can't do anything with those instants. They're just there.
It's nice that Michael's, if he ignores those auras, he's at least protected for now from a merciful. Okay, so he does throw the boots here.
Yep. We got boots. And we got a tunic. And we are going to block an
He's got to
additional.
pay for the boots, though.
Yeah, he does.
They
I
just-
think it's because you block first and then the triggered ability happens and then you pay for them.
Perfect.
So he's blocking 5 so far from what we can see. And he will have to pitch to pay for the Phantasmal Footsteps. And he might just be like theoretically going through what he wants to do here.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Trying to suss out the best chances at survival. So yeah, eyeing this card in his hand. This counter on Tunic means nothing.
There's our pitch.
Yeah, so Parable of Humility on top of that, and using the last resource for the Phantasmal. So we're blocking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Giving it go again. Now all Michael has to do is come in with 6 effective damage.
Mm-hmm.
Lightning Surge for 4. No, it's 5.
Yeah, that's true.
And passing.
Right.
Oh, it should have been for 5. Oh no, it's 4 minus 1 plus 1 because of the Art of War in the parable.
That's
yeah.
right. Yep.
So we were
Good call.
yeah at evens.
This is coming in for 2 here.
This is dangerous, man, because we got 6 damage on board.
But he does no go again, right?
No, it's he has to. All he has to do is. Oh wait, no, he has to pass. I don't know what I'm thinking. He had to block with everything.
He's going to
Goodness.
attack for 1 aura for 2. Also, his boots should be destroyed.
No, they're not because the parable
Oh,
reduced
that's
them
right.
down
Yeah. Yep.
because it's 6 or
Which
more.
is something you call. There's that battering. There's the final battering bolt.
Electrify. Pay, draw.
Kind of feel good to be in Michael's shoes at this point.
It's a
There's
favorable
really,
position.
if he just goes face, there's nothing cheeky his opponent can do to really kill him.
One activation of Voltaire. And this is tough because like this turns off the Bolton shots like best ability to just get the +1 and go again for free. Now you have to use the go again in order to go 2-3 arrows wide. But we are almost assuredly not going 3 arrows wide in this turn.
Yeah, we'd have to see an Art of War or something. We are at 23 cards. That second cycle could be creeping up.
Okay, we are loading the Searing Shot.
And so 4 on hit, deal 2 more damage.
Yeah, 1 from the Electrify and then 1 from the Searing Shot's ability. Although that's completely irrelevant right now, considering that 2 life is lethal. I guess what it is like basically take any damage. This is lethal. So it's an attack for 3 because of the Parable of Humility. So it has to be blocked with 3. So a blue aura and the footsteps. Now we're blocking 4 here. Did he forget about the Parable?
Oh, that is a great point.
Or did Michael attack with +1? No, he attacked with +1 because the Electrify gave it go again. And then 6.
Can't play B reacts here.
5 on 5.
Block 5. Yep, 5 on 5. That gets it there.
Excellent blocking coming out of the Prism player, Nathan.
And Michael can just block with his hood here if he wants to.
Yeah. That seems
card.
Exactly. I think what you want to do. 4 cards is better than 3.
This is, man, my heart's beating fast. This is a tight game.
This is a very tight game. Both players holding on, using every inch of what they can muster. Dazzling Crescendo. And that's for +1. It gets go again.
Oh, and just flaunting that lightning press.
You have to block this with I guess it's like at least 4. No, sorry, you have to block it with at least 5 because you're threatening 6 damage. So this demands 2 cards to be blocked.
I wonder if Prism plays the prismatic shield card that creates like 3 shields in this matchup. Because you could theoretically play that and then a merciful and win,
You would need, I guess, 7 resources. So without Tunic, it's impossible.
That how expensive all that stuff is? Okay, well that's good to know.
Because it's 4 for the merciful and then 3 for the prismatic. Has to block 6.
Yep. We don't have to worry about it.
And yeah, we're at +1 here. This is almost definitely lethal. 3 with go again, unless he can block another. Well, this is better because blocking 6 on top of blocking 6 is lethal. Oh no, it's not. I'm sorry. He's attacking for 3 right now. he has the ability
Or
to burn in for 6. So he has to block for 6 to avoid the lethal from this lightning press.
mm-hmm.
And then I think Hamilton is just going to take the 2 damage next turn, arsenaling this lightning press.
Mm-hmm.
No, he can't arsenal the lightning press because he doesn't have New Horizon. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a great point. So does he just play it to deal 1 here?
And not only that, but it would turn off everything because like you can't play lightning press if there isn't the legal target, and there are no legal targets that aren't arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's really dangerous actually.
I mean, he could. He'd have to get real lucky, and I don't know if he has any left, but he could theoretically arsenal it, get a lightning surge, play, flip up the lightning press, play the lightning surge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd have to be like one of his non-arrow attacks that he could lead in with. He does opt to keep it in hand, as
Yeah, because it would just be you would just lose the game otherwise. Oh goodness.
we go to 2. We
The
go
drama.
to 1 here. Yeah, this is this is such a good game. Goodness, can Michael get there?
Paying 1, loading the Bolton shot for 4. Well, probably 3 go again. I don't know. This might actually just be for 4. Threaten 7.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he has the Rain Razors. Maybe we've come back through that. So we're at +5.
Well, I mean, you would always choose +1 on this, right? Because
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we'd be back at 4.
mm-hmm.
Because,
Oh, that's what you're saying.
+1, -1. So I do think that this is an attack for 4.
Yeah.
Because there's no way for
Gotta
him to load and fire the other one without playing the lightning press. Or maybe that's the dance of like, oh, if you block this, then I'm just going to use my lightning press to load the last arrow and fire with that. But then, it's very reasonable that Nathan could just hold on to 1 card total. Blocking 4? So he has to have a defense reaction here. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And he read the same thing. And that's going to be huge because that's going to give all of his auras go again.
Mm-hmm.
This might be yeah, I think Prism just got it, man. Because Soul Shield's going into the Soul. This is almost definitely a yellow card. If it is, he can make a Spectral Shield and then attack for 8. Michael has to block with every card from his hand, and he can't do that. I think that's the game. Yeah, and I think he's looking at it, and that's it, man. What an insane victory.
Yeah, so such a close game.
Because, yeah, it's like 7 on top of 10 here. So even if he had the second lightning press, it's still a full block. Yeah. I think that's it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Unless this is not a yellow card. If this isn't a yellow card, then there is a chance. So activate Voltaire for nothing. He's just trying to draw 4 cards. He did have the second lightning press. Show me the yellow card. You have to block regardless. Pick your favorite.
Least favorite.
Yeah. And there it is. That's the game. Yeah. That's That was
Good games.
really good.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to Nathan. That gives West Coast Best Coast's second victory of the 5-game
Mm-hmm.
series.
Yeah, last time Indy Arsenal went down 2 at the start, we ended up winning the next 3, so maybe we can pull it out again.
Here's hoping. Later this evening, we have another match. It will be Mike Treon and his opponent. Do we know the name of the opponent, Jake?
I do not. No, I haven't looked that far ahead.
Goodness. Let's find out real quick before we stop for today. We'll stop for a couple of hours. Let's see.
Cool.
Real quick. Zane. Looking for it. I can't find it. They might not have posted it in the scheduling section of the game or the Discord. But we will see you later tonight. In just about an hour.
Yep.
Have a good night, folks.